Happy summer, everybody! It's Sean with the Household Gamer with our pregame battle report of our upcoming game of Bayou versus 10 Thunders. We are going to have Kian with Ophelia facing off against the Katanaga crime family led by Misaki. So our strat is Turf War. That rewards killiness, that rewards mobility. The Kin has both. The young LaCroix can pull their kin all across the field, and there's various movement shenanigans and a ton of killing power in this crew. The thing with Turf War is you need a lot of AP to pull it off. You can kill opponents to turn the markers to neutral, but you got to get in close to turn them friendly, so you need models spread out across the board. Looking at the scheme pool, there's a couple of killy ones, a couple of movement-based ones. I'll probably take one of each. So I'm taking Ophelia, obviously. She comes with 3 young LaCroix, whose main job is to pick up upgrades and either keep them or give them to Ophelia or move their kin across the board. I'm taking Rami for the ranged kill. He's our sniper. I'm taking Francois for the up-close action because of his great sword. And I'm taking Raffi for a little of both. And also he has Shrug Off, and he can terrorize the enemy and push them away so they can get him off points. For the first time, I'm taking Gracie. I don't have the model. Here comes a war pig. She has Ride with me so she can move guys around, and she's just a big old tank, and I think I'll put her on the center point and defend it against everybody who comes at her. Another new model for me is McTavish. I'm kind of falling in love with the versatile models, and this guy's great. Costs a lot of points, but he gets a free move at the start of the turn. He's good in melee, he's got a good gun, and can eat scheme markers and corpse markers and scrap markers and turn them into useful stuff. And then I'm taking the Lucky Effigy. Don't have the model, because I never have. And he's got an Aura of Luck, which means I can cheat with the top card of my Fate deck. And he gives out slow, which who doesn't like that? Let's see what my opponent's bringing.
I chose Misaki a little bit blind to the scenario and to the scheme pool just because I really wanted to play her. I hadn't played her in a while. But in seeing these strategy option, I felt like she was pretty decent at being able to choose where she wanted to go, courtesy of bearing at the beginning of turn and then appearing during her activation. The strategy marker back to neutral, interact with it, turn it my side if needed. Next, I chose a Toto because he's pretty beefy, he's hard to kill, he's got armor, he's got a few ways to heal, and he's just got a big weapon that can dish out some damage, which is something I feel like I've had issues with Misaki's crew in the past when I don't take a dedicated beater, is that I sometimes run into problems being able to kill models outside of Misaki. So I chose him for that purpose. Next, I chose Yamaziko because she's a pretty good little piece to sort of hold down a zone. She has extended reach, so they can't charge and get actions generated off of a charge, which is helpful. And she's also got nimble, which is good for interacting with strategy markers because she can kind of scoot over a little easier than some other models, even though she's only speed 4 or movement 4. Next, I chose a Katanaka crime boss. They're pretty generically good across the board. They have extended reach, which is good, kind of similar for Yamaziko. They have charge through with a pretty big weapon that has 3, 4, 5 damage. They're not dedicated beaters, but they're kind of mid-range, so I can kind of play them in between as far as if there need to be a dedicated beater or just sort of a good integral piece. And then I chose not 1, not 2, but 3 Torikage. They are very good in this type of scenario, I feel like, because they have super fast movement, they have stealth, they have agile, so they can walk out of engagement. So they're really hard to pin down specifically, which allows them very flexible turns. The other thing, I chose Hidden Martyrs with both 2 of the 3 Torikage, mainly because they can be focused down, so they're not exactly, unkillable. But once one is killed, the other one can escape combat and kind of lay low for a while, and then at the end of the game, go engage a model that's of higher cost, score the other point as well. The other scheme that I chose was Breakthrough, as I felt like the Torikage, as well as Misaki and potentially Chang, can kind of be a good teleport point for Misaki, so he can kind of just take off toward the deployment zone, and then she can pop up there if need be at the end of the game.
All right, tune in soon for a battle report to see who comes out on top. We'll see you then.